everyone, Danya here. It's card kit time at the Stamps of Life, and I'm ready to open up all these goodies for the July 2021 card kit. And here's the idea card. And as you know, this is based on the club set, Sandcastle the stamp. And what you get, what you get. You get the envelope that stores everything. Envelopes. And let's see what fun colors we're going to be playing with this month. We have chocolate, and we have sky, and blueberry. This is such a pretty color. And strawberry, marigold, sunshine, grape, ginger snap, and our powdered sugar. 4 sheets of that. Let's put this aside. Then we get to see all the goodies. First, it's the ribbons. This is that ribbon that's almost like a suede. It's pretty cool. We get the stamp set. And the dies to coordinate. Summer Lovin' words. Puffy stickers. Chipboard. Epoxy dots. And the pattern paper. So there's our sandcastle. It's double-sided, so you get sunglasses on the other side. Summer Lovin'. And then you get the paper that's cut out with the dies. Now this one is for sandcastle to stamp, and these images are for more sandcastle to stamp. This is really pretty. I like this color, this paper. Some boats, little sandcastles, little summer lovins, dots, stripes, little sandcastle, sand buckets and shovels, little boats, and we start all over again. So let me go ahead and cut out the goodies, and I'll bring you a few cards. Okay, for my first card, I'm going to be using the Grid for Ovals die set. And I want to put the sentiment in the center, but I want to use some of the layering ovals, with the sentiment being on the one on top. So I'm going to have to, because I want to use To My Friend, and I think that fits, but I'm going to have to cut the stamp for it to fit in there. So I'm just going to very carefully cut between To My Friend, and that should fit, hopefully, in that oval, or I'll make it fit, maybe put it on. There's no rule that says you have to have it up and down. Maybe I could try to fit it in as an angle, like that. Then I'm going to do a little bit of coloring. I'm going to color and cut out the 2 dies that come with the set, and stamp them out first and color them. Put a ribbon on it and some epoxy dots, and I have myself a card. So let's get started. Okay, I stamped out the starfish and the seashell using alcohol friendly ink. Sorry, I can't seem to get my words out. And I grabbed some of the tri-blend markers that I want to use. I think this burnt orange blend is very similar to the marigold. And I grabbed two of the browns, one from the regular set and the other one from the deep. One is the earth brown blend and the other one is earth brown shades to do the starfish. And I grabbed these two to see, in case I wanted to deepen some of the shadows, if I could use it and see how it works together. I haven't really experimented with these yet, but I figured if it doesn't come out right, I could always stamp it and do it again. Okay, these markers again, they recommend that you just add the light shade. And then go in with the medium shade. Oh no, not the medium shade, I'm sorry. Back off to the dark shade where you want the shadows. This is a whole new, different world for me. This is because I don't do it this way. So I have been trying to train myself to be consistent with their instructions. Now you go with the medium. Put it in and then blend the whole thing out with the light. I don't know if I like that too much. I think I messed up. Okay, we'll let it dry and I'll just continue coloring. Okay, just a word of warning, be careful where you color. I was coloring on my twirly thing here and it bled through and I've used alcohol and I've used hand sanitizer and I can't get it cleaned. So it stained my my base. So I just wanted to let you all know just to be careful. I'm gonna go ahead now and color the starfish. coloring, and I added some details of some glitter glue, and some dimensional ink, and I just adhered it to the shadow. Now, back to my original thoughts on how I was going to do the sentiment. I went ahead and cut it and stamped it at an angle and inked it, but then I realized I didn't care for it. So this is the layering die that I cut out, and this is what I decided, what I decided to do. So I took the oval grid, the oval shapes that comes with the oval grid die, and I cut them out in colors pulling out from the background of the paper that I'm going to be using. And I took the sentiment and I put it back together again, and I cut it out using the die from the mini slimline rectangles. Cut that out and then just snipped the corners out to make it look like little fishtails. And I'm going to lay it over like that. And I like that a lot better. And it also brings in more color, which is always something I love. So let me go ahead and start assembling the card. The front of the card. A couple of things. What I was doing, because I know I sped up the video, because the elements were so thick, and I didn't like them the way they were overlapping. I just added pieces of cardstock and I stacked them, so that way it was a little bit more flush with all these layers here. So that was number one. Number two, I originally did the bow on this side, but it was too heavy element-wise on this side, so I kind of very carefully scooted the ribbon down so it was over here, and it's a better balance. For me anyway, my eyes. I guess it doesn't really matter. Now, I want to thank everyone for all your sweet comments, and someone had left that they wanted to see me decorate an inside of a card. So I'm going to do it with this one because this is a perfect one to do that with. So I put "To My Friend" on the front of the card, and on the inside of the card, I stamped "What happens at the beach stays at the beach." And this sentiment is not from the card kit, but from Sayings for Sandcastles. And I pulled it off of that. So I stamped it kind of not in your center because I want to create a little scene here in the corner. So let me create the scene first in case it doesn't work out and I can stamp it again. I always stamp on a white piece of paper. Well, obviously with this one, I mean, unless I use white ink. But I always like to do my sentiment on the inside of the card on a separate piece of paper, cardstock. And this is for an A2 size card, so I trimmed it to be 4 by 5 1/4. So there's going to be a border around on the inside. Now, for my little scene, what I was thinking, what I was playing around with off screen, was to use the die cuts that come with the paper and sort of stack it like this. And I thought that was really cute, and that gives you room over here to write your message, but you have this cute little cluster of cuteness on the side. So I'm going to go ahead and start to glue this on. And of course, you could always use your stamps and some masking, or you can use your stamps and die cut it out, and my glue is clogged. This is what I get for not keeping it covered. Hold on a second, I apologize. Okay. There we go. So I want to make sure that it's gonna fit with the, there we go. Oh, it's cute. So, so cute. I love doing little groupings. I think they're so much fun, especially when you have a bunch of little elements like this. And then we can glue this now on the inside of the card. Now I'll have all the products I use, the Stamps of Life products that I've used linked below. If there's anything else you want to know about, or I forget, because I forget, just leave me a message. I do try to read them all. Sometimes I get back late with them, but I do read all my comments. And that is card number 1. So let me know what you all think, and I'm going to go ahead now and start card number 2. Thank you. Card number 2, I thought it'd be fun to play with a sketch. Now, I pulled a sketch off of the internet, and it had no credits, so I have no idea who did it or anything. All I know is that it's sketch 215. So I thought I'd incorporate this into this tutorial, since Darlene is doing a lot of sketches for the challenges on the fan page. So, okay, so let's flip it around, because I don't, this orientation is not going to work for this card kit. So I'm going to flip it around, and then I'm going to pull out all the dies that I have from the Stamps of Life that I think will work with this sketch. Now, we're not going to do the sentiment, so that part doesn't count. So, all right. First of all, they have the large rectangle 2-pack. It's 2 layering dies that look just like this. So I'm going to incorporate that into the card. Then they have the dotted ovals. So I'm going to put that as part of the card. Now for this strip, I'm going to pull out the 2 long rectangle dies from the Slimline set. And I'm going to layer them one on top of the other, or cut 2 out, and then I will fussy cut what I don't need for it to resemble this fishtail that's behind the ovals. So I'll probably snip it here and then create the little snips. And so I'm going to put a sentiment in here, and I thought the Oh Happy Day fits perfectly in there. So I'm going to do that, and instead of the flowers, what I plan on doing is using the puffy stickers. So it'll be a simple card, but I just wanted to show you how, if you're new to sketches, and how you can incorporate the sketches that you see online. So let me go ahead and get started and cut all the papers out. sketch, I came up with this. I decided to just cut it at an angle here, which gives it a different look. What I used to pop up the sentiment was fun foam. So that's what you saw there, and I also did it on the back of the bucket to keep it flush. And it's a really simple card, and I hope this helped someone apply sketches to their cards. And if you haven't already, make sure you go over to the fan page. I know I've said that a few times, but Darlene does have a lot of fun challenges over there. Okay, so this is card number 2. Now, number 3 is going to be a challenge. Okay, for card number 3, I'm going to do a 5x7 box card die. I had made a sample for the actual club set release on the 1st, and someone had commented that they had hoped that I had made a video, which I didn't. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a video with the card kit using this die. Now, this could be very, very overwhelming, but this is like my favorite die. And what I recommend to do is to go ahead and cut out all the pieces that you're going to use before you start, and assemble the box. So assemble the box and put all the layering dies, and then once that's done, then we move on. All the pieces are cut. So you got 2 of the body of the box, and just go ahead and score all 3 sides, but leave one side up. This is the back of the card. Okay, and then I have my center pieces, and then I have my layering pieces. Now, I don't usually decorate the outer side of the box, but you can do that. I mean, if you want, you can use this die, and you can go ahead and decorate the outside of the box, or you can stencil it, or you could ink it, or you could just stamp on it. I mean, you could do anything you want, but I don't, because the way I look at it is when somebody gets this and they open it up and it flies open and sees everything that's in it, they're never going to look at the outside of the box again. But anyway, or maybe I'm just being lazy, but I don't worry too much about the outside of the box. Okay, so to put this together, there's a couple of tabs, and with this being the back of the card, I'm going to go ahead and glue and put the tab there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Now, I'm not going to speed through all this because I know that this is it might be overwhelming for a few people. I know it was for me when I first started playing with it, but then I found that this is probably the easiest card to make. And especially for a card kit, because all the pieces are already cut out for you. Okay, so make sure it stays. And then this piece right here. Gonna hold. Okay, so now you have your box, like so. Okay, now I'll let that dry because the glue's still a little damp, and I'm gonna go ahead and explain something. Now, I know this piece, I cut this piece and I use scrap paper, but no one's going to see those indentations because this is going to go inside the box and it's going to go down. But you got these tabs, and these are to set in the box. So I'm going to go ahead and fold them. But what I wanted to show you here is that you're going to have 2 tabs like this. And you could start laying out how you want it to look, give you an idea that you really don't need that much to fill it up. So you could put the castle in the back, the mound in the front. You could put the bigger red bucket over to the side. Maybe this bucket here in the front or in the back. And then lay all the little elements all the way around. So start with the biggest piece in the center and then work around it. So maybe that way it won't be so overwhelming. Okay. All right, let's insert these pieces. Now this is the one that's all cocky, so I'm gonna make sure I do this one first. I folded the two, this is the way I do it. I folded the two like this, and I'm going to put glue on it, and I'm gonna show you what I'm doing here. And it's gonna butt right to there, both sides. Oh, can you see that? So it's gonna butt right there. And I don't push it all the way down, because if you push it all the way down, then the elements are going to fall in. And I want to have room for them to see. So make sure it's up high. You know, so take the size of your elements into consideration. So, for instance, here I'm going to put it there. So the sandcastle is the biggest piece, and I want it to be seen. So, but if I go down too far, it's going to get hidden. So make sure it's up high, like so. Okay, and then, you know, depending on the envelope, if you really, it's going to peek out on the top. So just make a special envelope. Or maybe this is a card that you just hand to somebody and don't, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and this is going to get a little tricky, so just bear with me here. I'm going to put the glue in. Slip it in, like I said, and then go ahead and kiss it into the corner. Once I have it there, you know what, this might be good for that. Have that hold it in place. And I like liquid glue because with liquid glue I have time to maneuver it. Okay, and that's it. Well, not yet. It moved. All right, let's see, this piece is already put together, so I can use the tweezers on this side. There. Okay. Okay, so now we have the back side up. Okay, there it is. Now, for the front side, I do the same thing. I fold it, and now I'm going to kiss it to the front in the corner. Hopefully you're seeing that there. I don't know, my hand's in the way. All right, so let's do it again. So I'm going to glue the tabs. And stick it in. Kiss it to the corner. Flush with the top of the box. And then the same on the other side. Okay. There we go. Fold it, fold it. And we have our box is now assembled. Now we just start putting the layering pieces on. The only difference between this box and the box I did for the samples was that I stamped and colored everything and cut it out. And I used various sets. With this one, I'm using what's in the card kit. I might introduce elements from another card kit just because, you know, I can. Then you do the front. And the little tabs on the side. And this corner didn't glue down, so let me just get that down. Okay, so now we have the box, and it's got the paper. Now let's start putting the elements in. Always start with the biggest, which is going to be the sandcastle in this case, and I'm going to put it in the back. See how much of that room of that box it's going to take? So it's easy to fill up. Or you know what, I could even put it to the side. And there's all these chipboard pieces that came with the set. Let's see how that looks. I kind of like the one that says beach. There you go. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to put the sandcastle over to the side. And all the smaller elements are going to work on the other side. So that way you can see the word beach. So I'm going to glue in the castle. And then I'm going to put the word beach. Okay, so we got beach on there. All right, don't tell anybody, but I put my castle in crooked, but that's okay. All right, so we got beach in the castle. Now, let's start adding all the little elements to see how that's going to look. So we can put the bucket in. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we put the mound of dirt in. I wish I had another one of these. I mean, I guess I could stamp and, but I used it on the other card. Only two came with the paper pad, but that's okay. So we put the mound in, and now I'm going to put in the bucket. In the back like that. And there's another little bucket here that I could put over here on the side. So as you can see, I'll work with the biggest element and then start going down with the smaller ones. So we have the buckets. And now we have some shovels. Put the shovels on. Like so. And now we have, it comes with all these little boats, which these are great because these we can, oopsie, drop through the hole. we can set all these up on here. I'm sorry, it's kind of hard to work so you can see what I'm doing. Come on, stick. Oh, stick. You see? And then we have some starfish. Put a little starfish there. And let me see what else I have. I have a lot of little boats. There's another shovel. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so I'm going to take this shovel and I'm going to put it behind the mound. Come on, stick. My glue's not sticking. There. Okay. And now we can do some of the puffy stickers on the side. And I'm going to, I haven't cut it out yet, but I'm going to put Summer Lovin', which is the words that came with the card kit. I'm going to put that on the front. But first, let me put the ribbon. Why not? Let's just put another little puffy sticker here. We got this yellow star that's going to be cute. Put that there. Okay. Now, I did want to add flip-flops. Problem was finding flip-flops to match the kit. I think these little ones, let me see, this one came from another kit. Of course, if you don't have the flip-flops, you could always just stamp them out. But I think no, they got pink. How about the big blue ones with the red? I really want to use these flip-flops. Let's peel it off and see if it hides too much. Ooh. Okay. There. No. I'm going to have to put powder in the back because it's sticky. And I don't want to stick into the back of the paper there. And then this one. So I'll get some baby powder and I don't like that. Hold on. No. Let's do it. Let's flip it over like that. Okay. So now we got the flip-flops. And let's put some more opening. I'll go cut it out. I'll put it in and I'll see. Maybe I want the castle in front like that. Okay, let me go cut out Summer Lovin'. I cut the letters out and I wanted to show you something here. They all come out individually, which is, it's hard because there's a lot of individual letters, but it's great because then you could use the letters for something else. Like you could spell out mom or wow if you turn the M's around. You could do wow, or you could do like son, like some son. You could just snip it and make it an N for your son. So I mean, you can get, or you could use the U. That's even a better idea. Or lovin'. There is an N. Okay, son. So yeah, and you could even spell love. So there's a lot of things you can do with these letters individually. But for this project, I'm going to show you a trick. And some of you might know it, but for those who don't, this is for you. Summer Lovin'. By the way, this is a crystal katana. You can get this on Amazon. And it's great for picking up little objects. And since I like to do so much detailed work, it's awesome. Okay, so now once you have the letters in place over the shadow, this is Scotch repositionable tape. And what I do is when I pull it off, I go against my clothes. I have short sleeves on, but you get to get some of the sticky off. Then I lay it down over the letters, and then peel it up very carefully. And I take my liquid glue and just put little dots down. Now this tape is also really good for holding down dies, and it's really inexpensive. You just go to Amazon. It's the repositionable. Boy, I just can't make my words out. Repositionable tape. And I have a roll of it on, a tape dispenser here in my craft room, and use it for everything. Then you put your words down, your letters down. Give it a second. Then what you want to do is you want to take it out very slowly at an angle. And now your words, your individual letters are all put down. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do summer, and I'll come back to finish off the box. So you open it up, and you got yourself your box card. Now, I did add another little boat here, and I added another little star here, and I added the sun over in the corner. So that's it. So just remember, assemble the box, start with the biggest elements, and then just start filling in. And pretty much I did this whole box with just the card kit, except for the the flip-flops and the sun. So I hope that helps anyone who has issues with these box cards and wants to make one. I'm sorry that this was so long, but I didn't want to speed through it. So that's card number 3. Okay, time for the 4th card. And in this card, I'm going to showcase the sandcastle. So what I'm thinking, I'm going to make this one quick because the last tutorial was really long, but I didn't want to rush through the box card. This will be my last card because I have to get ready to go on vacay. Yay! So it'll be 4 cards this month. What I'm going to planning on using is the stitched rectangle die for the A2 size card, and I want to use these border dies, and I'm gonna bring in a stamp set that probably a lot of you don't even know it exists, or you might have it in your stash and don't even realize it. It's List to Write, and you can get this die that is the cuts out the holes for the notebook paper. And the trick to this die, now that I have it here in my hand, is make sure that the line's on the inside. So the holes go out onto the outside, and then the line you want on the inside like that. So that way you get the look of notebook paper. Okay. Oh, there's another stamp set I'm going to be using. I know this isn't going to make sense, but the idea is in my head. And the other stamp set I'm going to be using is Sayings for Santa. So let's see what this and the sandcastle have in common. Okay, my paper is all cut out. I stamped the paper in Sky ink, and then with strawberry I gave the detailed note paper lines, and then I did my cut for the notebook paper. I cut it out with one of the rectangle dies. They gave it a really cute border, so that way I didn't have to fussy cut it. And with the border, allows it for the ripped torn edges to be over, because if you fuzzy cut it on the line, you would have to die cut it in and making it too short, and I needed all the space here. I don't know if that made any sense, but hopefully it did. Okay, so now I'm going to do some stamping. What am I going to do here? I'm going to take the Dear Santa stamp set, and I'm going to cut it in half. And I'm going to use the part that says Dear. I'm going to mount that to a block. And hopefully there's nothing dirty on there. And I'm going to take my licorice ink, and I'm going to stamp right on the line. Okay. Then I'm going to take the word beach from More Sand to Stamp. You know, I don't think I want to do this in licorice. I think I want to do it, well, do I want to do it in licorice, black, or red? Or, yeah, let's just do it in black. Okay, so I'm going to take beach, and I'm going to stamp it at an angle like that. Okay, now let me go get the rest of the elements for the card. I cut the large dotted paper, pattern paper, using the largest of the stitch dies. So what I'm going to do, or what I plan on doing, is let me go ahead and see if I can get this all in here. Deer Beach. Perfect. Okay, but before I do that, I want to use some more of the pattern paper, and I use the stitched border dies. They're actually called the ribbon border dies, and I want to create an angle. Get a little higher. Okay. Okay, once again, I stamped on the corner of the paper I Dig You, and I got that from Sayings for Sandcastle. I Dig You. There's a few of them on the other ones, but I like this one because it had the hearts. And I'm running out of little elements. I think I've used them all up except for the two sandcastles. So I'll put the little shovel. And sand dollar. And then if you want, you could just color in. All right, I'm gonna have to go in real slow because this red's a very tricky color. Just tap it in. There you go. I'm gonna see inside of our card. So let's put it in. And that's card number 4. And you know what? I really think this one is my favorite. I thought it was going to be the box card. But you all let me know below which one of the 4 is your favorite. Thank you again for watching.